There we go. Okay, sorry about that. My microphone wasn't working. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mad Lads Live. I am Hero in his head, and this is One-Armed Toji, the new Shek Kingdom. My God, dude, I'm a mess today. I forgot to do all my things. Forgot to do all of my things. How is everybody this evening? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope all the things are well. Okay, so we have some people to moiter. This place should be largely dead. Toji time indeed. It is in fact Toji time. Toji time. So I did some research this afternoon so I could figure out what the hell's going on. I have a pretty good idea now. So we need to head back over to the farm over here. That is where we are headed. Hopefully we can avoid. Well, we're going to have to fight off some of these paladins, but that's fine. So we're going to have to head back over to the farm over there because that is where the NPC should spawn now that we've killed all of the major all the major faction leaders, including the one at Rebirth and the one at Narcos Trap. Happy with the stream, brother. You too. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. I saw you were talking about the horrible anatomy of horses last night. I mean, yeah, like very poorly, of course, mind you. Horses are not my expert field here, right? Like if you want to talk about geology or world history and stuff, I could have a much more engaging conversation in terms of my own knowledge. But I have a very horses and stuff are not really my thing. So I was trying my best with what little information I actually have. Who has bad leg right now? Who's limping? Misaki. All right, Okami, go ahead and pick Misaki up, and we're moving now. All right, cool. Yeah, we were talking about the nasty footses of horses as soon as they're born. How their hooves look all gangly and shit. And I was wondering, wasn't even theorizing. I was wondering if that's what potentially the horns of Shek look like. Hey, raiding with a party of 12, much appreciated. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Oh my God, thank you for the follow too. My God, absolute units coming right in with a large party. Hope everyone's doing well. It's my display. Hey man, been binging your YouTube videos at work, and I was happy to see you live. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. Much appreciated as always. Yeah, thank you for the raid. Absolutely. I much appreciate it. Sorry, it's been a long day. My God. I've got some more lore content coming out this weekend too. I should have a new lore video popping off on Sunday. I'll be doing the Preacher Cult on Sunday. Never really thought about it. Do you think the Shek horns are a part of the age? Bigger horns, older Shek, stronger Shek? Yeah, I think it's part of it's an age thing. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, I think part of it's an age thing. So I think that like as the Shek get older, their horns get longer and thicker. And the idea is that you want to hang on to your horns long enough to like reach that age, right? So if you can grow strong and large and whatnot, and hang on to your horns that whole time, then you must be a warrior of measure, you know? I think that's the general idea. We're looking for a specific priest here right now. They should have spawned because we've killed all of the leaders of the various communities, unless of course there's one still around, but I don't think there is. Everyone should be taken care of if you catch my drift. We've taken care. What is it? Last night we took care of Okran's Fist. We killed the one at Okran's Fist. Okran's Shield is done. Narcos Trap is done. We did do that one. Maybe we have to have someone run back over there and get it to load the world state change. Have Beep sprint on over there. He's pretty feckin' quick. Although he's a little over encumbered right now, but that's fine. He's moving a bit faster now. Escaped Rebirth slaves are now my allies. Hell yeah. All right, so what we'll do is we'll have everybody head over there. I'm actually gonna have Beep head down to Narco's trap since he's the only one that can get there by like in a quick amount of time, but also because he is resistant to the acid rain, so we don't have that additional issue while we're down there. We'll have Beep run down to Narco's trap. I was doing some reading on the like the state of the Holy Nation in Reactive World and what that final confrontation looks like, how tough it is. And I guess it's really tough. I guess it's a really tough fight. So I am excited about it because we need a tough opponent. You know, we haven't had like a really good tough fight since the Battle of Blister Hill, and that was a tough one. We must be missing something somewhere though, so we'll have to double check one or two spots. So we're gonna have Beep do some traveling. We'll have Beep do some traveling and see what they can find while everyone else is kind of hanging out. But we will, this evening, the goal is to completely finish wiping out the Holy Nation. We'll return back to Anvil Gate. And once we return back to Anvil Gate, we will do a little bit of rebuilding there. And then I guess it's going to be time to start sieging the United Cities because the new Shek Kingdom will accept no inferiors. We will accept no inferiors. Ow. Oh man, yeah, we got some got some really cool stuff coming up here in the next couple days. There's a lot of new projects that are coming out. It should be a really good time. Good time. So stay tuned. Watch your socials. Should have some cool stuff coming real soon. Okay, so this place is officially wiped out. Is there anybody still here? Old machines have taken over. Good. Our boy Toji, it's true. Although Toji's changed. He's changed. All right, so old machines own that. Who else do we have to do? I think we've pretty much taken and checked everywhere. Rebirth is owned by the Flotsam Ninja, so I don't think that's that. I messaged on TikTok, but I don't know if anyone checks that anymore. But have you thought about doing a Fog Islands video? I did see your message. I meant to respond, and then I got distracted. I got distracted. My kid, I remember specifically I was on the couch reading it, and then as I was about to respond, my daughter asked me something, and then I got completely distracted. Is there a goal for this run? Yeah, so this is actually season 2 of this run. So the original goal was a solo run. It was just Toji and Beep. Toji has one arm, so I needed Beep to carry things, but Toji was a solo bounty hunter, and Beep was just his toady. He just carried stuff. He carried the corpses, and he carried stuff. That's it. Beep was non-combatant. And over the course of season 1, a lot of stuff happened. We got a lot of bounties, did a lot of stuff. And we're using sentient sands, so we get to have dialogue with people and talk with them. And, through the relationships that we made and the events that happened and the dialogue that occurred and all that stuff, we ended up allying with the Shek Kingdom and leading an assault on the Holy Nation. And during the assault on the Holy Nation, we had a massive battle during the season finale in Blister Hill with Asada, Mukai, Bayan. They were all there. We attacked the whole Blister Hill with, I think it was about 100 Shek, including Asada, Mukai, and Bayan. And, we ended up killing the Phoenix, but Asada, Mukai, and Bayan all died in the confrontation. And so the Shek Kingdom fell apart, completely fell apart. We took out the Holy Nation to the north, but the Shek Kingdom fell apart. And the Holy Nation actually snuck in back and took over the hub, Squin, Admag, Great Fortress, all of that stuff. They took the Shek Kingdom territories and left the Shek relegated to just these Shek ruins and Last Stand. So now the Shek Kingdom is in ruins. The Holy Nation that we had thought we had beaten in that confrontation in Season 1 actually ended up coming in from behind and managed to wipe out our faction. So we went to go return home after the final battle, only to find that our lands had been pillaged and destroyed by the Holy Nation. So we had Seto in our party, and we ended up going over and reconvening with the Shek that we had that were following with us. We said, listen, the Phoenix is dead, but the Holy Nation's still alive. The Shek Kingdom is in ruins. What do we do? What do we do here? And they ended up agreeing that Seto should be the new queen of the Shek, and we need to rebuild. And so we, set up fort in Anvil's Gate between the Burning Forest and Flats Lagoon. And we are now currently the new Shek Kingdom under the rule of Seto, the Iron Fist. And One-armed Toji went from being a solo bounty hunter to being the royal advisor and instructor, martial arts instructor to Seto the Iron Fist. And so now we are the new Shek Kingdom trying to, reconstitute the Shek Kingdom. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, Blister Hill is gone. I'm wondering, is Okran's Fist, is their leader still there? Is the Inquisitor still there? Because he shouldn't be, but I'm wondering. Lots of ninjas. They're taken care of. He's dead, I'm pretty sure. Rebirth is taken care of. We're gonna go up there and double check. But if not, the solution may be that we have to go back up to Okran's Fist, fight them again, and then go there. Is it possible that one of the Inquisitors are stuck in a jail cell of a fallen Shek city? I don't think so, because I've been in those cities and a lot of the buildings are in ruins. My assumption is that one Inquisitor is still alive. I'm wondering if the one that I fed to cannibals last night did not actually end up dying. I'm wondering if he escaped. So, where do you think Igor outside the raid normally resides? Is he in a cage locked up like Tai Ling, or is he in Bast? So I mean, he doesn't spawn until the raid happens. But if I had to guess, he's in Tengu's vault. He's either in Tengu's vault or he's supposed to be in like Heft somewhere. Yeah, those would be my guesses. All right, Rebirth. Let's go over to Rebirth. I want to see who owns some of these buildings. Where is Rebirth? Over this way. Oh, there it is. Okay. Flotsam Ninja. Okay, so the Flotsam Ninja do, in fact, own all of that. So Beep is going to head back up, and I think we're going to take our crew here, and we're going to head back up north, because I'm wondering if maybe one of them survived. If maybe the one that I fed the cannibals survived. Because the Holy Nation unit that we're supposed to be dealing with, the priest that we're supposed to kill, is supposed to be in this place here, and he's not, which means he hasn't spawned yet, but he only spawns when all of the Inquisitors are dead, including the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is definitely dead. So we're working on that. Trying to think. All right, well, first things first, let's get some bedrolls set up in here. Get some of our guys resting. Camp beds. Oh, we can't set up in here. God damn you. That's fine. We'll set up right here. Camping, camp beds. We have to be outside of the town. Stupid. It makes sense, but stupid. All right, we'll set up, I think 6 will do. Riku, go get those taken care of. While we're waiting for, kill these fools. They are all dead. There's no way any of them are surviving any of that. Okay, so we're going to get rested up while we're waiting for Beep to get back here. Have you ever done an outpost in the Holy Nation? Is there some funny dialogue if you have Shek or girls in your base with a human male? I have based in the Holy Nation. I've done it a few times. The dialogue, basically, they will show up to your base and they'll ask you why you have, like, the Dark Ones or anything like that in your base. Or if there are women unattended. Like, you can't have a woman come up and talk to the Holy Nation representatives when they show up at your base. And if you have Shek and iView, they'll ask you, why you have Dark Ones at your base. You can either lie and tell them, like, basically try to convince them that they're slaves, or, you can tell them the truth, and then fights will ensue. Okay. You have Shek women and say grace, and it's perfectly fine. It's true. It's true. Ossifer, it's not what you think. These Shek women are all here for non-corruptive reasons. Relax, I'm not praying to Narco. I was gooning, officer. I was gooning. Gooning over the Shek. Because that's a thing that happens a lot, apparently, in the community. Never understood it, but, teach their own. Not gonna yuck anyone's yum. Alright, Beep is almost back here. After watching the last episode of Tengu's Vault and hearing your theory of the Bugmaster and Teeth, my perception of the character has changed completely. Now I feel empathy for the homeless Spider-Man. I do feel bad for him. Like, that's the big thing, because, you know, if my theory on the Bugmaster is correct, like, his existence is kind of hell. Kind of hell. It's a sad, sad life that man lives. Sad, sad life. What is an acceptable answer to the Holy Nation and why you have a camp full? No, I totally agree. Listen, if you're gonna openly acknowledge the goon to anybody, let it be the Holy Nation, because it's funny, just because it's funny, for no other reason than it's funny. Ossifer, it's not what it looks like. I was gooning. Any new lore? I do. I do have new lore. I have a new lore video is dropping on Sunday. I have the video talking about the lore of the Preacher Cult. Lore of the Preacher Cult. That drops on Sunday. Would you say the Bugmaster is in a worse or better situation than the Skeletons? Better. I would say his situation is substantially better than the Skeletons, simply because the Skeletons are aware of their own entropy, whereas the Bugmaster is sad, but he doesn't seem to be aware of it. He's degenerated. So, like, knowing his story is sad, the Skeletons have the understanding of their situation enough to understand that it's sad. I'm not from here. I just came for the girls. That's so funny. Yeah, the Skeletons have to acknowledge and live through their sad existence, whereas at least the Bugmaster seems to be unaware of how, like, he's degraded to the point where he's not even aware of it anymore. All right, let's head back there. We're gonna see if that one Inquisitor survived. If he did, then we should be able to go from there. Also, Bastip, I'm gonna have you come over here, and I'm actually gonna have you take Holy Nation armor because I think it's funny. A Shek in Holy Nation attire. The Gaul. It's funny. Okay. Is that a single Holy Chosen trying to attack me? Fucking fool. All right, we're gonna go back to Okran's Fist and see if that Inquisitor managed to escape the cannibals. Because my assumption is that's what happened. He's the only one that shouldn't be dead. Everyone else I've made sure was dead. Him in particular, I tried to feed to cannibals, and he may have just survived that in that endeavor. Oh my god, we're gonna get attacked 100 times. Do you think the Bugmaster originally wanted to get the space elevator and leave Kenshi, leave the Kenshi planet? No, I don't. Because even if you were able to, you know, move up the space elevator, we don't know what's up there. He doesn't know what's up there, and I also don't think he has an understanding of that, all of that. Like, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything up there, to be honest with you. If I had to be totally honest, I think it's empty. I think it's totally empty. I don't think there's anything up there. A friend of mine is doing fan art of the Bugmaster spitting his teeth into a pool of blood after I told her your theory. That's badass. Once again, I know I feel like I say this to you every episode, but when that's done, send it to me. I want to see it. I want to see it. Ugh. Fucking back, man. All right, we're going to go take this guy down, see if he's still around. He's the only Inquisitor that I can think of. He's the only one. The Ashland Domes, are those drop pods? Yeah, my assumption on the Ashland Domes has been that the domes were originally drop pods that were sent down with either people or supplies. Probably supplies. They don't look like they're, you know, set up to house people, but they probably, like, were thrown down in the atmosphere. They had thrusters on the bottom. They landed down, and then they opened up, and there were supplies inside. They were drop pods. I have no doubt that they were drop pods. If it looks like a drop pod, smells like a drop pod, it's probably a drop pod. ODST-style drop pods. Legit cooked popcorn to watch the streams. Thank you, Bazinga Bang Bongo. All right, so we're gonna start getting sniped up here. So we're gonna have to take these guys out. Everybody move in. Everybody move in. We got to get inside, inside, inside. Riku, you head straight up. We're gonna see if we can find the leader of this here shite hole. See if he's around here somewhere. No, I think he's dead. So that begs the question. There's got to be somebody still alive somewhere. There's got to be some Inquisitor is still alive somewhere. We killed Seta. We killed Valtina. We killed... The Phoenix is gone. We know the Phoenix is gone. Rebirth is taken care of. Narcos Trap is taken care of. I can't even begin to fathom. My theory is that the big war bots were made for Kenshi to fight an independent war, and after winning, they're just ignored because they're on the outer rim or something. Maybe. Maybe. Did we check Okran's bum? We have not. We have not yet. We have not yet. That's a I mean, technically we have. It's Narcos Trap. We did check Okran's bum. We did, actually. We did. Narcos Trap is Okran's bum. Everybody knows that. Okran was a freak. He was a freak, man. After the Holy Nation, who's your next target? We're going to be recuperating our forces, and then we're going to be assaulting the United Cities. Actually, no, we're going to be taking the Fogmen down, and then the United Cities. Fogmen first. We got to avenge Ghost still. We still have to avenge our boy. Still got to avenge our boy. I don't see any Inquisitors, so this place is probably not where the Holy Nation Schwein is. We'll send Riku over here, though, just in case. Mild spoiler, Reactive Worlds, you'll find a wandering Holy Nation guy called the Messenger or Courier. You're supposed to capture him and interrogate. Sentient Sans is probably rewriting his job title, though. Maybe. Maybe. It could be something like that. I don't know yet. We'll investigate, though. We'll cut down as many of these guys as we have to. I know where the last assault takes place. It doesn't spawn until it's there. I don't think it's possible to eradicate the Fogmen. There is a Fog King, though, with Reactive World, and so there's also the Dead Hive, the overrun Dead Hive with Reactive World. That is our goal in there. Is that Dragon Slayer? This is Riku the God, and he's wielding the Meito True Leviathan Slayer that he won in fair battle when he became the champion of the Leviathan Slayers back in Season 1. Yeah, it does look like Guts Sword. It is the Leviathan Slayer that was wielded by the Leviathan Slayer champion. Riku challenged him to a fight twice in Season 1, and the second time he was able to, with some environmental help, best him, and took the mantle of the true Leviathan Slayer and the champion of the Leviathan Slayers. Do you have a mod list somewhere? The description of the YouTube, of like the YouTube stream should have my full list. Also, if you go to the Steam Workshop and just type in my channel name, it'll show up under collections. I make a collection for every live stream series that I do. Every live stream series I do has I make a collection for. All right, well, they're obviously not here. The enemy is obviously not here that we're looking for. These are not the droids that you're looking for. Beep, beep, beep. I was in VR. Lucky you, man. I don't have enough room in my office anymore to do VR. I took over my wife's office a couple months back for streaming because I needed a tighter space, and I don't have room for VR anymore. Unfortunately, there's not enough room. Not enough room not to do it effectively, unfortunately. So, is what it is. Plus, half my VR stuff is packed up. So, God, I love VR though. I was editing the sentient science profile. A surprising amount of guys were born during the First Empire. Yeah, it does some weird stuff, man. It does some weird stuff. Okay, so we know all that stuff to take care of. I couldn't even begin to imagine where he is. I guess we'll head down here. Head on over here. The army is terrifying. You need one of those 360 VR dude. I would absolutely fucking kill for a one of the 360 treadmills. That'd be absolutely fire. One of the fucking catwalk things where you get the special shoes and whatnot, and then you yeah, no, absolutely. Shit would be fire. Absolute fire. What is going on with my nav mesh right now? What are you guys doing, you fucking buffoons? There we go. They're just like running around in circles. Oh my god. Someone should make a Kenshi mod for Sword and Sorcery. Oh my god, Blade and Sorcery Kenshi would be fire. Absolutely. Someone's been doing a Bannerlord 2 rework for Kenshi that has me mildly interested. Would be absolute fire too. Bannerlord would be really good. Bannerlord would be really good for Kenshi. Anyone here? Knock, knock. No. Hmm. How are you gonna have nothing in your storehouse? This is where you're supposed to be storing supply. How are you gonna have no supply? Nope, that's food. I'll take that. Can always use food. Ugh. Come on. Bannerlord 2 Kenshi mod is kind of dead in the water last time I saw any news about it. No, I saw somebody else, somebody else is doing it. It's a new one. Somebody was talking to me about it privately a couple weeks ago. Like they're producing it privately. They were talking about it on the stream, but they're producing it privately. Someone was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. And that it just hasn't, like, there's no, like, mod page or anything else for it, so. Someone else is making it. Hero rating, defeat a starving army because he has no farms of his own. This is the Shek Kingdom. It's true. It's true. It's true. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull up the reactive world thing because I need to know how to how to move forward here. Like how do we move forward here? Because I was reading it the other day. Okay, the farm second phase. Okay, when you've got the ogre guy. There's an ogre guy. Shek control prisoners or your own cages. When I talk to the ogre, who's the ogre guy? Oh, do you have to take out oh, okay, all right, hold on. You must also, oh, you have to take out the Dust King and the and DMAC and Buzin as well. Prisoner cages. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So we have some other work we've got to do. We have some work to do. Ooh, we got some things to do today. Oh, no, the ruins. Okay. Okay, all right. I think I'm picking it up now. I'm picking it up now. We're there. All right, so we have to go here. We have to go to this tiny settlement, and we have to go to the ruined outpost. These three areas are where we have to go. And we also have to take out DMAC and Buzin, apparently. It's a territory thing. It's a territory thing. So apparently, in order to get some of the dialogue to trigger, you need to have a certain NPC thrown in a cage, and he'll reference it. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Shadan made it. Shadan made it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why I'm defending it so hard. I have no idea. Shadan made it. He had a thought in mind. I don't know what it was, but he had a thought in mind. Either way, we have a side quest now. We're gonna go wipe out some mini factions. All right, so the Holy Mine Ruin is one of the spots we gotta go. Don't forget the Dust King needs to bite it first. That's true. That's true. Didn't we already take the Dust King? Have we dealt with him? Maybe not. Dust King's Tower. Yeah, Dust King's taken care of. Dust King's taken care of. He's done. He's done. We did, in fact, deal with that man. So that place is currently under control of the Triangle Bandits, which we should go take out at some point because they have a Meito weapon, the Meito Triangle there. We are starting to run... Well, not run low on, but we're going to have to cook more meat soon. Yeah, we're going to have to cook more meat soon. Black Dragon Ninja, have you smashed them? I have not smashed a Black Dragon Ninja yet, and that's probably what we should be doing. Probably should be headed towards that. At least she survived. Wait, what are we talking about? They said, the air's dead weight, mark my words, yada yada. Good, I'd rather choke on the dust and listen to another one of Bailey's stories about the time she arm wrestled a bull gorillo. The last thing, the thing was half-starved and she still lost. At least she survived. I've seen younger Shek fold from shame alone after a loss like that. She's still swinging, which is more than most. That's funny. It's funny to listen to, like, all of the warriors in our raiding party, our little new Shek Kingdom, like, develop relationships with each other and, like start to discuss things and tell stories and shit. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. You could probably split your army in 3. I mean, Dust Bandits are barely stronger than Hive. So, yeah, I'm probably going to end up making 2 squads. That's actually a good idea. Send our squads out to various people. All right, so we'll send Toji, Beep, Watcher. We'll leave Riku, Seto, and the 5 Invincibles with... Yeah, we'll leave the 5 Invincibles and Riku with Seto. And then we'll take a bunch of the warriors. We'll just even out the warriors. Even them out, even them out. Ayla. Actually, you can take her back. That's fine. We'll leave the bulk of the force with, like the stronger force with Seto. She's gonna need him. Yeah, and then Riku's there to guard them. Okay, so we name them Seto Squad and Toji Squad. Okay. We got a couple Holy Nation dogs coming in. We'll kill them. No big deal. And Seto, we're going to let Seto know what the plan is. My queen, we are going to split our group for the next bout. The next bout of our hunt for the Okranite. For the remaining Okranite leaders. Okranite leaders. There are several locations to search, and we will be better off splitting the army and hitting them all at once instead of one at a time. See what she has to say about that. Fine thinking. We can cover more ground that way, but keep our runners close and set rally points. No one fights alone out there. I'll take one team with some warriors. Take the Invincibles. Some of the others. Riku will stay to guard you. I will take Beep and Watcher. Riku stays with me then. Watch your flank with Beep. That drone's enthusiasm will draw every hungry mouth for miles. We'll meet at the old way station south of the Fist. Old way station south of the Fist? Where's the... So the Fist is there. The old way station I'm assuming she's talking about is... There is no way station just... I mean, unless you're talking about this one down here, but that's probably where we'll end up meeting anyway. That's probably where we'll end up meeting anyway. All right, so Seto's team right here. We're going to have Seto's team head towards the Holy Mine Ruin. We're going to have Toji's team head towards... head straight down towards the Holy Mines here. We're going to end up meeting up... I still have that open, don't I? I do. Let me just double check my locations. Holy Mine Ruin, yeah. Yeah. Ruin. Well, somewhere around here. It's either this one or it's this one. I don't... actually, maybe it's this one. Okay, so Seto's got to head down here. And Toji's going to head over here to this tiny settlement. So that's where we're going. The split up has begun. That's stupid. Wait, who's talking shit about Beep right now? What just happened? Okay. Oh, dude, someone's talking shit about Beep and, yeah, okay, so Zachary says a drone asking for less than... okay, so Beep said, and I quote, Beep has been watching the Shek warriors sharpen their blade and wants to learn the Shek ways of fighting. Will you teach Beep the secrets of hitting things very hard? Apparently he said this to Zachary. A drone asking for lessons. You can barely hold a rusted pipe straight. That's a joke. I'm pretty sure Beep could absolutely fucking trounce Zachary, but that's fine. Go back to counting your food cubes, Bug. And then Seto said, enough, Zachary. The little one's got more grit than half the flat skins I've buried. Grit counts more than muscles in a long war. Beep says, Beep has grit. Beep has lots of grit. Beep once ate sand for 3 days and still got back up. That is grit, right? Zach says, that's stupidity, not grit, but fine. If you survive the next skirmish without getting your antennae lopped off, I'll show you how to throw a proper punch. That's funny. Beep thinks that grit is sand. He's not incorrect. First lesson, Beep, don't listen to half of what Zachary says. The other half will get you killed. That's so funny. That's so funny. Again, I really enjoy, like, the camaraderie that the crew has started to build with each other. They've also kind of, they act like a, group of people that know each other, that are like friends, that are comrades and allies, and they bust balls and shit, but it's cool. It's cool. I thought there were 3 Dust Bandit factions after the Dust King dies. There is, yeah, when you have, what is it, Reactive World and all that stuff, there is. Take them down. Nice. Force to be fucking reckoned with. Oh, apparently we have a little force over here too. Got 2 bouts going on. Well, that one's a win. This one's happening. We'll be fine. It'll take more than a couple of paladins to take down Toji and his team. Let's see how Beep, the guy who allegedly can't fight's doing. Beep is probably the quickest character on our team, too. That's the funny part about this, right? He's literally probably one of the fastest fighters on the team. Sometimes I can't tell if it's normal Kenshi dialogue or Sentient Sans dialogue because I've hit the same dialogue 10 times by doing hash runs and only 3 of the lines start to become unique. After only 3 lines, it starts to become unique. Interesting. I've seen it do a combination too. Like I've seen some of the vanilla dialogue get rewritten by Sentient Sans and get updated. So Am I safe to import it to my save, or should I start a fresh save with Sentient Tent? You can import. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, Beep is the fastest fighter on our team, and he's also got crazy stats. He's got 70 attack, 89 defense, 75 strength, 79 dex, 73 toughness. Like, he's actually a little fucking animal. He's a beast. He's an absolute fucking beast. So the idea of anyone being like, the Hyber's, you know, just a weak little drone. He's just a weak little drone is adorable, because he could probably shitrock most of most enemies that come his way. It's adorable that they would even begin to think that they could keep up, honestly, even keep up with Beep most of the time. He's a beast. A beast. Yeah, it's adorable to think they could even keep up with him. Alright, so we have quite the side quest we have to go on here. Quite the side quest. So this is a ruin. There shouldn't be anybody here. Which there's not. Good. Ooh, next squad. Oh my god, man. The number of Holy Nation that we have in this territory is crazy. We're like a blender. A blender. Fan-fucking-tastic. Patrick Bateman. Let's see Zachary's stats. Literally, what is Zachary's stats? 60, 55, 48, 35, 50. Beep would turn him to fucking putty and he wouldn't even have to try. It's like putting the Bugmaster up against a coughing baby. I want to see them fight. I don't think it'd be much of a fight. I think Beep would just tear him apart. He's faster and stronger. Oh, we got Shek allies too. Hell yeah. Toji might actually end up recruiting some of these guys to join our, like, to follow us temporarily. Take me to your leader. Buff Beep versus Zach. Dude, Beep would, again, it wouldn't even be a fight. Like, Beep would turn him to putty. It wouldn't even be fair. It'd honestly be really fucked up. It would honestly be really fucked up. Recruit them as farmer vassals. I mean, those Shek are kamikaze warriors. The Shek kingdom is currently displaced, so some of them, rather than sitting in the Shek refugee camps, are actually out in the world trying to, you know, fight the Holy Nation. You know, they're trying their best to fight the Holy Nation. Were these dust hunters? Eh. What are we talking about? Gamer. What did I miss? Hold on. Something. Probably trying to get all the flags in proper order without giving you accidental ownership of a city after clearing it out. When it's supposed to go to someone else, you know. I think Chris Hunt mentioned that he didn't intend the game ever to be that way as far as conquering areas and all of that, if I recall correctly. Well, I missed like a whole conversation. Yeah, I missed like a whole conversation, apparently. All right, you guys head over here. We're going to have you guys come over here and then hold. Toji's team. Someone said something about priests. What happened? Broke machines, falling broken priests. They'll grind each other to scrap for the next blood moon. That skeleton we saw limping away from Okran's shield, it had a Holy Nation seal stamped on its chassis. I'd never seen a machine carrying their brand before. What? What an interesting line of dialogue. Whatever could you mean? Whatever could you mean? Oh my god, dude. It's just nonstop. It's fucking nonstop. Oh, we got a little Indiana Jones moment happening over here. Except this one's going to have Riku the God charging them. He's a fucking beast, man. I have to get a shot for Riku's t-shirt, to be honest with for Riku's shirt. I'm gonna take his helmet off. I want to get a shot of him in the air. I need him to do that jump attack that he does. God damn. Yeah, I need him to do that jump attack that he does. That's what I need. Are they running? They're all... yeah, they're all retreating. That's so fucking funny. They're all fleeing. You're gonna pay for what you did, oy vey. They're all just retreating. Alright. The squad. Oh my god, it's just non-stop with them. Alright, who's your leader? Can we talk to them? Let's go talk to them. Use the extra manpower. Nice. Cool, we can use them to get south, because we have to head down towards this tiny settlement. Alright. So, now that they're headed down towards the tiny settlement again, we can head towards the outpost over here. This one right here. This is where we're headed. This is controlled by the one of the Dust Bandit factions. So we're gonna be taking this place out. Can Riku just rip the door off? Let's see if he can do it. Hold on. He did it, dude. Riku just ripped the door open with his bare hands. He ripped the door open with his bare hands. Fucking devastating. All right. How are you guys doing? We'll pop back to you in a minute. I gotta get Riku doing that fucking jump attack. It's imperative. Absolutely necessary for the shirt. For the shirt. Man. Where's their leader? Would I even recognize him? Like, would I even be able to recognize him? I don't think so. I don't imagine anybody here's gonna live. Like, they're all gonna fucking bleed out. The dust boss. Nope, not him. Yeah, I don't even think I'd be able to recognize him even if he was the leader. Like, it's just dust bandits, you know? No, Dust Hunter. Ron the Beast, is it him? Is that the guy? Is it Ron the Beast? Is he supposed to be the big bad? Because he's Ron the Corpse now. He's fucking dead. I think it was him. Okay, well, he's dead. You're saying if you saw a 7-foot beefy boy swinging around a slab of iron like a toy, cutting down 6 to 8 people with a swing, you wouldn't run? Because I just give it seppuku. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I just fucking, you know, you just got, at a certain point, you just got to call it, you know? You just got to call it. There is no recovery at a certain point. You just fucking call it. All right, so that group of Dust Bandits is dead. We're going to be moving on to the next one here in a second, but we are going to take an opportunity to rest up. A couple of our guys can rest up. Anyone who's in semi-okay shape. Pop back to Toji Squad, see what they've got going on. All right, they're moving. Looks like our Shek compatriots were able to... God damn, dude, more... That is an army of starving bandits. Apparently we're dealing with that now, too. Army of starving bandits. Literal army of them. We're just killing the homeless now. That's all we're doing. We're just killing the homeless now. Evening hero and all suspected mad lads. Hello. Hello, hello. It's disgusting what's about to happen to these people. They entered the blender. They have entered a unique zone of a state of being, known as the blender. You made a new game, start crawling bandits. It's true. It's true. Nothing but caterpillars. Nothing but caterpillars as far as the eye can see. Far as the eye can see, nothing but caterpillars. Alright, Seto squad is currently rested up. We took out one of the, God damn it, what is going on? Weird. My fucking... Something in my jaw hurts. Annoying. Anyway. We took out one of the Dust Bandit factions. One of the supplementary factions of Dust Bandits after the Dust King falls. Took them out. And now we are on to take out another... Oh, apparently we're going to be assaulting this Holy Nation squad first. Apparently that's what we've decided we're doing. Wasn't the direction I thought we were going in, but that's fine. Something could be leaching the... It could be a vein of old metal or something. What are you even fucking talking about? Irrelevant. Corrupted woman? That seems rude. Get out of here. Oh, nice. The slaves are freeing themselves. We love it. Listen, look at them escaping. Going full escape. Going full escape. Alright, I'm gonna move Cyrus up front here, next to Watcher. He is supposed to be our, the general of the armies here. Head inside. Anybody else here? Just you, following your master. Yes, master. Alright, we'll take that stuff down. Yeah, Kenshi has changed the game, man. Kenshi's changed everything. Like, getting through to Kenshi 2, Kenshi's gonna get us there. Things had gotten stale. They had dried up in terms of, like, modding. You know, we hadn't really seen anything new, no innovations, nothing. In a long while, and then Kenshi dropped, and suddenly it's just fucking innovation after innovation after innovation. I mean, it's been crazy. Truly a renaissance. Truly a renaissance. Take them down. APs, that's great. I'll go fucking... Go postal on these Holy Nation in here. Nice. This squad says it's been under attack for a while. Are we concerned? Probably not. Should we be concerned? Maybe. Are we concerned? Nope. Alright, this is not where we were headed anyway. We just made a pit stop. We are headed down towards this tiny settlement. And Seto, your squad, now that you guys have rested up a bit, need to head towards this ruined Holy Nation outpost. That is where you're going. Hero, do you think normal draw and compound bows are going to be in Kenshi 2 or no? I don't think so, but it would be cool. It would be really, really cool. I want to have something that we could fire while moving, right? Like, I want the ability to fire while running. That's why I think, like, single-shot flintlocks and stuff like that would be really cool. And I hope that we have better AI in the sense that, like, your character will move to get out of the way of shooting allies, or like a skirmisher mode where you can set it that if enemies get too close, you know, your character will automatically try to run in the opposite direction, or like get away from them so they can continue to be in range, all that kind of stuff. I sincerely hope that's the case. First question, do you think that the world of Kenshi can somehow establish a republic? I mean, yeah, a republic can be established anywhere, realistically speaking. I think that if a republic is going to be established, it's not going to be until the reformation of the Holy Nation. It's not going to be until the Traders Guild loses authority. Imperialization is like the imperial authority is restored in the United Cities. The United Cities starts working even more closely with the tech hunters as well as the reformed Holy Nation. Once they go through their religious reformation and their crusades are all done and they become less violent, less stingy and all that stuff. I think a republic could form then, but that's kind of the only way that I think that would happen. But I think it can be done. A republic can always be formed. You can always form a republic. All right, we're headed towards Tiny Settlement here. I'm looking forward to seeing the changes with range fighting. Didn't Chris say they were going to be more in-depth with the range fighting? Yeah. Yeah, he said that Kenshi 2 was going to have... it wasn't going to be the focus of combat, but he said Kenshi 2 was going to have a higher... Like the range was going to be like more thought out, more viable, more focused. Wasn't going to be the focus. Obviously, swords are still the main focus, right? But it's going to have more focus. Siege weaponry is one thing that we're all really hoping for too. All right, Dust Raiders. Where's your leader? Take me to your leader. Who's one that looks like he's in charge? Dust Bandit, Imoni, Longstout, Haru. We gotta find the one that looks like he's in charge, and then go beat his ass. This guy, Naruto. Is it Naruto? It's not. Kevin? It's not Naruto or Kevin. Another Naruto. 2 Narutos? That seems like it'd be embarrassing. Oh, he's probably in this building here. Hello, dust scum. Take me to your leader. Yeah, we gotta figure out who's in charge of this place. Who's running this? There he is. No, that's not it. He's got a small bounty. I need someone that has a 20,000 bounty. God damn it. A lot of Naruto names in here, by the way. Himawari, Naruto, my lord. Oh, it's you. Big Mike the Greedy. Alright, well, Toji, go kick his ass. That's what you do. Everybody else just do your thing. But Toji, you're heading for Big Mike. Oh, well, Big Mike is dead. Big Mike is dead. I don't know what killed him, but he's fucking dead. That was fast. Jesus. Cleaning up the trash in this place. Cleaning up the trash in the Borderlands. Pick up your trash. Imagine the Leviathans being used as siege units. Ah, oh, that'd be cool as hell. Like the Myrmikill from Lord of the Rings. Another question, the Roman Empire. Do you think the ideology of this empire fits somewhere? The Second Empire was based on the Roman Empire. The Second Empire was based on the Roman Empire. Alrighty. Yeah, no, listen. Mounts, siege units, all that stuff would be absolutely fucking fire. Absolutely fire. Second Empire is a machine empire. Yeah, but the structure, the nomenclature, and the history of the empire was based on the Second Empire. Like, it was designed to be like the Second Empire. That's why they had the Emperor. They had the Mad Emperor Catlan. They had the Legionnaires. They had, like, the nomenclature was all the same. The history of it, when you look at how it formed, how it fell apart, the slow decay, the rebellions, the cannibals from the north, or, the Germanic tribes attacking from the north, they expanded outward too far, they weren't able to govern their lands, all that stuff, like it all lines up. The Second Empire was based on the Roman Empire, and potentially the Byzantine Empire, but more likely, mostly the Roman Empire. And then immediately after the Roman Empire came like in real life, after the fall of the Roman Empire came the early medieval era, or the what used to be called the Dark Ages. Um, and that lines up perfectly with the Holy Nation becoming the next major power that has existed on Kenshi since that time. Their history lines up very closely with medieval Europe. And then with early medieval era Europe, all the way up until the Crusades, which happened at the end of the early medieval era. The Crusades happened. After the Crusades, the Renaissance period starts. During the early 1500s, in the Renaissance period was when the Christian Reformation took place, which was around the early 1500s. I think it was like 1514 or somewhere. And there was very early 1500s. In the late 1500s was when Christianity started to spread over into Japan, which is what the United Cities is based on. The United Cities, by the way, the Crusades are what's happening in Bast. The Crusades, after the Christian Reformation at the beginning of the 1500s, towards the end of the 1500s, Christianity starts to move over into Japan, which lines up very nicely with with Japan. What is it? United Cities is based on Edo period Japan, when the shogun had all the real power, the emperor was just a figurehead, all of that stuff. What happened at the end of Edo period Japan? The shogunate was removed from power, imperial authority was given back to the emperor, and the nation of Japan entered its Meiji the Meiji Restoration, which was the Industrial Revolution, and it started to adopt and implement Western technology, which is super convenient, because if you think about the fact that the Crusades in real life history line up with Bast, at the end of Bast, the Holy Nation will go through a reformation. They'll start to have an internal civil war, basically, because of the ideology. The Flotsam Ninjas are less oppressive, less hateful, less intolerant version of Okrinism. Civil war will happen, or some kind of internal split. Eventually, it will become reformed. It will be less violent, less egregious, and it will cause the Okrinism to spread throughout the rest of Kenji into the United Cities, which will mirror the spread of Christianity after the Reformation period in early medieval end of earlier medieval the end of the early medieval era Europe, middle of the Renaissance period, spreading over into Japan towards the end there. So it's all there. It's all there. Yeah, if you look at the history of Kenshi and compare it to the history of where we are now, late 1400s, early to mid 1400s is about where we're at. 1400s, somewhere in there. So about where we're at. But we're about to hit the Renaissance. We're about to hit the Renaissance period, and then after that's the Reformation. After that's the spread of Okrinism to the rest of Kenshi as a less violent, more inclusive religion, followed by immediately after you have the Industrial Revolution brought on by utilization of the tech hunters, and the adoption of Western technology and partnering. I think that the United Cities and the tech hunters and the Holy Nation will all end up forming like a giant republic. I think they'll all form together into a unified group, to be honest with you, or they'll at least have very close ties and like work together. And that will end up causing the technology on Kenshi to start to progress forward again, because it's been progressing backwards since the fall of the First Empire. Even since the Second Empire's fall, technology has continued to decline even more. So I think that technology will start to move forward again once all that happens. Once all that happens. Alrighty. So we've done that. What are you guys up to? Where are you guys at? Seto squad, you guys got to keep moving. Keep on moving. Keep on keeping on. So we've eliminated the Dust Raiders. We have eliminated the Dust Hunters. And I don't know who can... The Dust Reavers are all that's left. So we'll take them down. Then we'll move up and we'll take out DMAC and Buzan. I think our guys here are starting to get hungry. No. You guys are starting to get hungry, so we're going to have to get food for these guys at some point. Doesn't Steve have food? He has raw meat. And is Roman on this team? No, Roman is not on this team. Okay, so we're going to have to cook some food, too. Let's switch over to these guys. New World found. Okran explorers conquer with crossbows, Khotun sabers, reclaiming lost technology to bring home. I hope I'm excited to see what kind of thing we're gonna like new lands we're gonna get in Kenshi 2, new places to explore. This is the kind of thing that makes me want a future Kenshi episode of the podcast. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be doing an episode talking about the potential future of Kenshi and all that stuff. That's on the docket. She's on the docket. That is on the docket. I wonder if there will be another landmass, like smaller continents or maybe an island. I have reason to believe we're gonna get another landmass. We're gonna get some kind of land, even if it's not bigger, like a larger or equivalent size. I do think we're gonna have new places to explore. I think if boats are a thing, if we include boats, if we include boats in the setting, then it makes no sense to not, position yourself to have a new landmass. It makes no sense not to. We're not even actually going to have to fight this battle. We're going to have the Shek warriors do it for us for the most part. Riku, smash this door open. Nice. Shek warriors. We're going to have Riku find the leader of this group here. They appear to have like a slightly elevated version of their armor. They have a visored face mask. That's how you can always tell them apart. Where you at, you bastard? I know you're around here somewhere. Riku the god has come for your soul. There you are. Hot Longs the beast. He thinks he's a beast, everybody. He thinks he's a beast. Isn't technology in Kenshi very advanced, though? They have complex Adobe buildings with widespread designs, large engines and electronics, and sustainable energy. It's advanced in some ways and not advanced in other ways. They went down a different technological tree than we did, but they still use sword and board technology. But then they also have AI and all that stuff. But they're also using largely reclaimed technology from a civilization that used to be hyper advanced. So I wouldn't say that Kenshi in its current state is advanced. I would say that they have access to technology from a civilization that was more advanced, and they've been able to repurpose and reconfigure some of it. But I wouldn't say that Kenshi is using advanced technology, though. No. Yeah, they're basically living in the shadows of dead giants, pretty much. Hero, because I've been passing it a lot lately, what do you think about the large metal ruins around Morn? What do I think they are? That is a tough one. I've seen a couple really cool theories that the large cylindrical ruins around Morn used to be one of the original ships that landed on Kenshi, that colonized Kenshi. It was one of the original ships that maybe brought people down. I thought that was a really cool idea. It could have been, a power plant of some kind of large, centrifuge device or some shit like that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I personally like the idea that it's the ruins of the ship that brought them here. It's the old ship that brought them here. I think that's a cool idea. All right, we gotta kill Hot Longs the Beast. Well, he's fucking dead. Negative 478 to the stomach. Riku just killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people with one swing. He cleaved 9 fucking people to death with one swing. My God. He's Riku the god for a reason, everybody. Look at him solo this entire faction. You can't stop him. You couldn't stop him if you tried. He's a monster. He's a fucking monster. No one else is even fighting. He's just in here doing it because he can. Oh my God, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. He's already dead. Stop hitting him. He's already dead. Yeah, Riku don't play around. They call him Riku the God for a reason. All right, we need to loot some food, or at the very least cook some food. So we're gonna hop in here. We're gonna loot through the remains of this place, although I doubt there's anything. Yeah, pretty much nothing. Another bedroll. That's cool. All right, we need to set up a campfire. Campfire. Sample campfire song. All right. We'll set up 3 campfires, and then all of you guys get out here. Come in. And Steve will take you off hold. You know the deal. Food's getting eaten as soon as I take it. Can't say I'm shocked. Most of our guys were actively starving. That's the last one. Yeah, shit. Okay. Well. Okay, so we took them down. Now, what's next? What are we doing? What armor mod is that? That is the Legacy of the North armor mod. Okay. I feel like history will end up saying Riku and Toji were roommates. I mean, I don't know, man. Toji's got some kind of weird thing going on with Seto in terms of they have like a weird tension that I don't understand personally, even as the guy who's running the game. Okay, what do we have here? They live in the towers. Tower of Ninja shown in the first pick. You must also stop the Black Dragon Ninja faction. So we're gonna have to take care of them. They live in the Tower of Ninja shown above. So we're gonna have to take them out. Aside from that, simply follow the same steps for these guys and the Holy Nation Inquisitors. Kill them, put them in jail. Okay. Once you've gotten the ogre to congratulate, where the hell is the ogre guy? Where is he? Is he at, I think the ogre guy's at the ogre slayer NPC in the hub. Oh, I don't have an ogre slayer in the NPC in the hub. That's fine. All right, well, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't have recruit prisoners on this playthrough because I don't need it because I'm using Sentient Sands. All right, Toji squad, head over here. We're going to head up to take... Actually, Toji squad, you guys head up towards DMAC and Buzen. That's where you guys are going to go. Nice. And then Seto, you and your team are going to head up to the hub. All right, so Toji's going to take on the black... the hell? So, come on. What is this? What is this? You guys head over here. Over there. There we go. Okay. All right, so Toji's team's going to go deal with the Black Dragon Ninja. Seto's team is going to head up to the hub and deal with that. 392 years before the campaign start, skeletons become extinct. No one remembers what they look like. Only the remnants or prosthetic limbs and cyborgs of the waste. Where did they go? Where did they go? I mean, they probably just eventually died out, right? Like they just died out eventually. Why did I just get bread? What was that? What happened with that? Roberto. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the rebirth slaves will randomly just give me food. Right, I forgot about that. They'll randomly just give me food because I'm their ally now and I freed them, so they're like, ah, yes, he's the great savior. He's the great savior. All right, we have Black Dragon Ninja up here. What the fuck? That is a giant mass of dust bandits. Is it just a camp up here? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's just a random dust bandit camp. The large mass of dust bandits for no apparent reason. All right, well, we're about to go finish these bastards off. Take them down. Go get them. Get hungry, boys. Get hungry. Find their leader. There they are. Take you down. Yeah. Her body just got fucking launched, so that's fun. I'm gonna take that and that. And I can't kidnap you, but we'll remember where you are. Beep is over here just fucking crushing it. Watch this man. He's a monster. He's a little blur. He's a little yellow blur. He blocks everything. He cleaves limbs. He's a little yellow blur. All right, so, unconscious, that's fine. Where's D-Mac at? That's the other one. We gotta find the little mini Scorchlander there. There he is. Okay. So we have these two. Beep, I want you to kidnap you. Watcher, kidnap you. I'm gonna have to make sure these fools die. I don't know quite how we're gonna do it yet, but we are also gonna come in here and get some food, because we gonna need it. We gonna need it. We don't need it yet, but we do need it. All they have is raw fucking meat. Got caught stealing? That seems unfair. Who's catching me? A little bit of food, a little bit of food. You can't recruit exiled Shek to fulfill their ideology while having your own expansion goal succeeded. I mean... Oh, you can recruit exiled Shek. I was gonna say, I mean, we can. I mean, we've recruited a few of them, like some of the ones in the party that still have on Shek Kingdom armor and stuff. We actually pulled from the the Shek refugee camp in the Sten Desert here, the ruins. So there's that. Is that all of them? Is there anybody else that we should be concerned with? I don't think so. All right, so we've got all of these people here. Seto. Whoa, 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 whoa. Big fight happening here. What is going on? You guys need to be moving over this way. We shouldn't be fighting anything. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Why are we not moving? Oh, I know what's causing this. We have some fucking Hayato. He's just some random slave that we freed. We're not interested in lugging you around with this Hayato. Jesus. Dragging us down. You're dragging us down. Alright, so we're going to go to the hub. There's supposed to be an NPC up here that's going to say something. The problem is the hub has been taken over, so I don't know how this is going to work. Dragging us down. I mean, we don't have a dragon on this one, on this playthrough currently. There's the hub. Okay, so we need to get down here. Everybody get down there. I don't care how you fucking do it. Get down there. Ugh, I swear the nav mesh in the border zone can be absolutely fucking atrocious sometimes. I got the town in the mod. It just Interrares? Interrares? Define interrares. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I having a moment? What do you mean interrares? Inside the build. Oh, it's just interiors. I mean, I did the interiors. Did they not carry over? I did the interiors. That's fucking annoying. I swear to God, I did all the interiors. That's really fucking agitating. Yeah, that's really agitating. I did all of the interiors. How annoying. That's partly why it was taking me so damn long. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, we're gonna take this place again. Yeah, that's part of what was taking me so damn long was I was doing the interiors. The Shinobi... Oh, right, the Shinobi Thieves are on my side. Hell yeah. All right, well, we're attacking the hub again. We're going to kill all of these boys here. Kill them all. As a wise man once said, kill them all, let God sort them out. Toji and his team are going to head over this way. We'll meet up in this place. Riku won't go down. He's a monster. I haven't seen the outpost yet. Too busy trying to get into interiors. The outpost, I didn't make the outpost too detailed because it was just a scouting outpost, but I did make it, you know, unique. It's got a nice little spot. It's cozy. It's tucked away. It's meant for scouting, so... Oh, we're just going to rob this place. No, we're just going to rob. We're just going to rob them. We're going to go to the bar and we're going to rob them. Hello, hello. My name is Steve, and I'm going to rob you now. I'm going to beat you to death with a giant club, and then I'm going to rob you. Kojiro, Longer, Ambulin. Oh, Drag. Jirik. He swings that club. He does. It's because he's got that strength, man. He's got that 83 strength. My guy knows how to use that thing. He knows how to use that thing. There it is. We have the meat. We just walked into the Kenshi equivalent of Arby's. And we have the meat. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, Kenshi makes the swamps far more bearable. Far more bearable. I've actually gone into the swamps a few times recently. I usually like avoid them like the plague. But yeah, Kenshi makes the swamps far more bearable. Did you guys see the news today, by the way, about what Nat posted on LinkedIn? Did you guys see the news? She's stepping down as CEO so she can focus on being the lead writer again. Because right now she's been doing both for a while. She's been doing both for a while. And she recently announced on LinkedIn that she's gonna be there's gonna be a job offer posting for a new CEO of Lo-Fi, because Nat wants to focus primarily on the writing aspect of Lo-Fi and like Kenshi too, rather than trying to run the company and do the writing at the same time. Which I personally think is badass. I'm really excited about it. Yeah, so there will be a new CEO of Lo-Fi. Nat is stepping down. As soon as she finds a replacement, of course. She said she's going to take as long as it takes to find a new CEO. Someone that's going to be, run it right and do things properly. But Nat's going to be focusing 100% of her energy on the writing for Kenshi too, which is super exciting. Because, who doesn't love the writing for Kenshi? Who doesn't want more fantastic Kenshi 2 writing? Okay, so now we have good food, good amount of food. We should not be starving anymore. How are we doing on getting over here with the team? They're working on it. They're working on it. Hello. Random NPC named Ethel. I think you guys know what we're going to do to Ethel. We're going to go kill him because we're going to give his armor to one of the 5 Invincibles. Alrighty. You just taken. You're going to come take his armor. Throw in for CEO. I'm qualified for a lot of things. That is not one of them, unfortunately. I do have executive experience in many fields and whatnot. My previous job before this one was a high-level executive position for a company, but unfortunately for me, that is not my, being a CEO is not my area of expertise. Unfortunately for me. Not my area of expertise. What a beast, man. What a fucking animal. Look at this. Look at this absolute monster. Look at him. He's a beast. He's a beast. I vote Toji as the new CEO. Indeed. Beep for CEO. Beep for CEO. Riku doesn't want to be CEO. He just wants to hunt Leviathans. He's a man of simple pleasures. He just wants to hunt Leviathans. That's all he wants. That's all he wants. Toji, how are you guys doing? I'm getting over here. Not bad. Should be over shortly. Yeah. Black Dragon Ninjas, dead. Love it. Tiny Settlement. I mean, they're all dead. I'm reinstalling Morrowind while I watch this. Indeed. No, I'm qualified for a lot of positions. CEO is frankly not one of them. Not one of them. Plus, if I was CEO, guys, that would interfere with my ability to give you guys Kenshi content right now. Right? I wouldn't be able to give you guys top quality content if I was too busy running a company. I'd be too busy doing that. You know, you gotta think about these things, okay? How would I be able to do that, you know? Dragon would be a good CEO trust. Yeah, I guess like I said, the announcement came on LinkedIn earlier today. I'm just glad that she's not leaving entirely. I was worried when I first started reading it because it said she was stepping down as CEO, and then I read like her actual post on LinkedIn and was like, "Oh, no, she's not stepping down like from Lo-Fi as a whole. She's just like, I don't want to be CEO anymore. I want to focus on the writing because that's what she's passionate about." So that's pretty fucking cool. I looked it up and saw a Reddit post from 9 hours ago. So the Reddit post was where I saw it, like where I saw the headline, and then I went to LinkedIn and saw I saw the thing on her LinkedIn. Kill them all. Look, there's more. So it's cool though. I'm excited about it. I think that it means that we'll get even better writing for Kenshi 2. It'll open up a lot more for that. Things will be good. It'll be good. It makes sense. She stepped into the position out of necessity, not because she wanted to. It's cool that they are in a position to make those decisions. I just in general appreciate the transparency about the situation. Right? Like, nothing bothers me more than when everything's filled with doublespeak and like fucking corporate bullshit. Like, it's always been one of my biggest pet peeves about working in the industry that I did, was like, I just hated the doublespeak. I hate it so much. Everything's so much red tape and nonsense and fucking, it's just utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. And like, everyone's afraid to just be honest. Everything's so fucking fake. Like, that's always been the thing that's bothered me the most about working in like white collar positions and whatnot, has been that like everything is just so fucking fake, man. Everything is so disgustingly superficial. Everyone's afraid to say anything, or like it's all pseudo philosophical fucking nonsense, right? Like, Everything's got to be like hyper inspirational. Everything's got to be like, go team, yay, fucking like it's just, oh my fucking god, it was so frustrating. Cause like that's just not. I'm a realist, right? I like to view things as they are actually, not from a cynical perspective, not from an optimistic perspective. Look at them for exactly what they are, right? And I just can't fucking stand the whole like, if it's not what I want, then it's an excuse. I can't stand the whole like, you got to maintain momentum. You got to build momentum, maintain your momentum. What the fuck does that even mean? Shut up. One of the most frustrating things I ever got told from someone in a position was that this was many years ago. I got told that I needed to know the difference between progress and what was it? What was it? It was I needed to learn the difference between progress and results. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Fuck you. What does that mean? What does that mean that you need to learn the difference between progress and results? Progress is indicative of achieving results. What are you talking about? It's just shit like that. Like it's just pseudo philosophical. I had a boss one time for 2 straight years. This man, all he did to me was quote managing up. All right, the book Managing Up. All he did was quote managing up on fucking repeat. Everything out of this dude's mouth was just a repeat of managing up, and I can't fucking stand that stuff. I can't stand that shit. Like when I ask you for assistance, if I want your opinion on something, if I want your advice on something, if I want your input on something, if I want you to give me your idea of what you want done or how you want it done, and you give me something that's pseudo philosophy, right? Something about threading the needle, something about maintaining momentum, getting pushed through, you can go fuck yourself. Like I can't, that's not fucking helpful. That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help anybody. Right? If I come to you and I say, what would you do in my circumstance? And you say, well, I would engage with them more effectively. I would, I'd get that push through, and then I would, continue to move forward, get that follow through, and thread the needle and push through and maintain momentum. If you start losing momentum, then you start. None of those words meant a fucking thing. None of those words meant a single fucking thing. They did not answer any question. They did not give any actual advice. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're making things up and saying nonsense. You have no idea what you're talking about. Right? Like, it's just nonsense. Utter nonsense. I want numbers. I want data. If you tell me I did something wrong, I want the numbers to show it. If you tell me that I'm doing something right, I want the numbers to show it. If you want me to do something, I need actual, achievable, viable numbers with an example of why those numbers are viable. If you tell me you want a 60% increase year over year on something, I'm going to tell you that that is not realistic because industry standard is 20%. Unless you can give me a reason that 60% is going to happen, it's not going to fucking happen. Right? If the reason you want 60% is because you want it, well, you can go ahead and continue to want, but that doesn't mean a fucking thing, guys. Right? Like, I want $1 million tomorrow. Am I going to get $1 million tomorrow? Nope. Wanting it is not enough. I need numbers. Explain to me why 60% is a viable answer, you know? Sounds to me like you're synergized with your coworkers. You need to align the paradigm. Literally, shit like that, dude. I'd sit through hours and hours of meetings with stuff like that. It's so fucking exhausting. It's exhausting. Because I don't think like that, right? Like, I'm very numbers driven. I'm very data driven, right? I believe in looking at the numbers. I believe in looking at the entire picture, right? I looking at everything from every perspective. And I believe in being realistic about goals and expectations in the sense that, like, again, if you're going to ask me for a number, that number needs to be a realistic and viable number based on the data. right? Not based on what you want, because I don't care what you want. I don't. Based on the data. And unfortunately for me, many times it's not about what's realistic. It's about what they want, right? And they can give you some arbitrary reason as to why they want it or where that number is coming from, but like it's not viable, or they don't look at things, you know. In my previous career, I worked with companies. I worked with many large companies, and like international and national companies. And I remember one time I asked why the 60% thing was not an arbitrary number. I asked specifically why my goal had gone up by 60%. If someone could explain that to me, because we just barely, I think we had hit 97%. No, we had hit 94% to goal the year before. So we didn't even hit the goal the year before. And then they raised it from what it was to 60% higher. So they wanted us to go 60% higher than the goal we didn't meet. And I asked them where they got that number from, and they said they know that it's in the budget. I said, did you take into consideration the companies, like the company that we're working for, that we have this contract with? Did you take into consideration their finances, because they reported a net loss this year? And they said, no, we don't look at that stuff. They think the company that reported a loss in money is going to give me 60% more. Are you out of your fucking mind? But when I said that, you know, needless to say, it wasn't appreciated that I brought that up, but what are you going to do, you know? It's nonsense, man. It's nonsense. Gotta love corporate incompetence. Well, that's what it is. It's corporate incompetence. It's a company that's run by nepo babies, and that's not even me just like using that as a generalized excuse. Like it's in many of the companies that I've worked for, basically anytime you get to the COO or anything like that, a lot of the direct supervisors are nepo babies, and they're which, being a nepo baby isn't inherently bad as long as you're willing to actually put the work in to be good at it, right? The problem that I have is when 90% of your resume is built off the back of mom and dad, and you have never actually worked from the bottom at all, or you don't have any understanding of what like normal is, right? Like, not all of us can send our kids to private school and have a tennis court in our yard. Not all of us have, you know, a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and think that you know, health insurance is totally viable because, you know, your partner and stuff, you know, also makes millions of dollars, and you make millions of dollars to sit around doing fucking nothing but sending emails all day. Like, it's not all of us got a job as a COO out of high school because of our dad. You know, not all of us were in that position. Some of us have to work. And that's fine. I'm happy to work, but fuck, man, it's annoying. The thing is there's a justifiable reason for why this happens. It's called the Peter effect, and it's funny because it's named sounding like a dick joke, and it's kind of a dick joke. It's called the Peter effect. It's named that way because the guy who, you know, just had coined the effect, his name was Peter. The idea is effectively that your boss will almost always suck at their job because people will get promoted until they hit a competency ceiling, right? So the example that I've always had was that if you're a salesman and you're really good at sales, okay, and you're doing super good, you're breaking records, you're doing really good, you'll get promoted. And then you'll run your own team. But you got promoted because you were good at the past job, not because you're good at the job that is coming up, right? So you may be a great salesman, but you may be really shitty with running a team. You may be a terrible leader, but you got promoted because you were a great salesman. But now you're a terrible leader because you weren't promoted based on your leadership skills. You were promoted because you were good at selling. So now you're in this weird spot where you are overqualified for the job underneath you, but underqualified for the job that you have. But they won't replace you because, I mean, they won't get rid of you because you were really good at the previous job. And so even though you suck at the current one, they can't demote you, and they don't want to get rid of you because that requires money and stuff to pull, you know, to replace you. So instead, what ends up happening is people will continue to get promoted until eventually they hit a competency ceiling where the previous job no longer lined up with the required specifications for the next job. So you end up with COOs that are absolutely stupid with how the real world works. You end up with fucking head of sales teams that have no idea how to run a team. You end up with people who run entire departments that were really good at operating in the department, but have no fucking clue how to run the department. Because the idea is that they were really good at the previous job, so now they have to be promoted upward because their skill has to be rewarded, but they weren't showing skill that was indicative of being good at the next job. So you end up with a situation where if your boss is good at their job, they won't be your boss very long because they will get promoted. And if you have a shitty boss, they will almost always remain your boss or always remain in the position that they are currently because they're overqualified for their previous position but underqualified for where they are now. So your boss the shitty bosses will always stay exactly where they are, and they'll always be the shitty bosses. It's really frustrating. And that's why more often than not, your manager or your boss or your executives, your higher ups, are douchebags because, or they're incompetent and terrible at their jobs. And it's because they've reached a competency ceiling. If someone tells me that they've been like a manager of a department for 20 years, I will never outwardly treat them differently. In the back of my mind, that always tells me that they're bad at their job. Unless they've deliberately made the choice to not promote up because, you know, they recognize that they're happy where they are. But more often than not, in my mind, that tells me that they were really good in the previous job and they're shitty at the one they're at now. But they're not shitty enough to get fired. They're just shitty enough to where they'll never move up, which means things are operating at like a baseline level of efficiency. It's not great. It's not good. It's not bad, but it's not good either. You'll only ever get standard work out of that stuff. But it's just unfortunate because there's just, fuck, man, it's just really bad. I just can't stand fucking corporate nonsense. So I all this to say, I'm happy with Lo-Fi for being transparent about the situation. I'm happy with Lo-Fi for being, you know, honest and transparent about everything, and also for prioritizing, you know, where they want to be. Like that's a big thing, you know. I appreciate that. Whoa, what is happening? Oh, these are they're with us. They're with us. Yeah, I appreciate them being transparent. I appreciate them being transparent about the situation. Transparency and honesty is incredibly important. And I also appreciate them for, like Nat coming out and being like, guys, this was never what I wanted to do. I did it because I had to do it. And now I'm in a position where it's you know, it's kind of hypocritical of me to preach about work-life balance while I'm constantly stressed out doing a job that I only took as a temporary thing or that I wasn't planning on taking. All of that stuff, like that's admirable. And I appreciate that. And I like that, you know? I like that. So. Okay, so there's supposed to be a situation here in the hub where we get a dialogue, but given that the Shek Kingdom is, I mean, that the hub is taken over by the Holy Nation, it's kind of hard to say. Let's see. Can't find this Kinjo the Ogre Slayer in the hub. I do own the storehouse, however the bug... Okay, hold on. I think only later reactive world, see if it's another mod. Interesting. Is in the biggest building in the hub if the player doesn't already own it. Check the world states checker. Then check the world states checker to see if he's alive. Import save to force him to spawn in the hub. It might have to import to get him to spawn. Might have to import to get him to spawn. I'd kill for a boss that was good at my job instead of I have a boss who's shit at their job and my job. Touche, touche, touche. Yeah, the Holy Nation already has the biggest building, which is this one here. So we may need to do an import while standing here to see if he spawns. See if we can get him to spawn. Inquisitor Nix. Inquisitor is about to get nixed. Riku, go kill him. Kill him! Kill him! Look at him run around with his stupid floppy arm. No, he got knocked out. I want him knocked out. I want him dead. I want him dead. He's supposed to be dead. We may have to do an import in the hub and see what happens. See if we can get him to spawn. Nick's got Nick's. Put him in the pile. Indeed. Put him in the peeler. Put him in the peeler. Peel his ass. Peel his ass. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to save it and do an import and see if that fixes it, maybe. See if maybe that gets him to spawn in. Now that everyone is dead. All right, let's see what happens. Yep. Kenshi's crashing, yada yada. Boot up Kenshi. No. All right. All right, we'll do an import. Toji stream, import. And now we play the waiting game. Hopefully it imports without an issue. We are in a city, so it might be annoying. Another question. Hivers. What do you think about the idea that the Hivers are somewhat cloned to one another? When playing, Hiver soldier drones always painted as clone troopers from Star Wars. I mean, they're made with this. So the thing about the Hivers is that they are effectively clones because the idea is that the Queen has a genetic repository. Like she has the stable genetic template for the Hivers, right? And she gestates and creates the hivers. So the idea is that each of the soldier drones are genetically the exact same. They are on a DNA level, they're the same. They have the same genetic sequence because that sequence is altered between workers, soldiers, princes, based on whatever the hive needs and what the hive queen produces. So effectively, they kind of are clones. They are kind of clones. They have the same genes, the same DNA. So I imagine they are kind of like clones, to be honest with you. We have round 2 of this battle. Sorry, it's a better chance for Riku to finish this boy off. Holy Nation there. Visitor Nyx at friggin' douche. At douche canoe. Bring them unto ruin. High Paladin Luden. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this High Paladin. How do you think that Riku can take this whole fucking place by himself? Let's find out. Let's see if they can bring down the god. Can they stand up to a god? It's already not looking great for him. I'm gonna level with you. It's already not looking great for him. The answer is no. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And he's killing them, too. Ugh. Sucks for them. Sad for you. Sad for you. Oh, yeah. High Paladin Luden is dead. High Paladin Luden's very dead. Oh, we took off Silva's arm. That's fun. I mean, Riku's taking damage, but my man is still a beast. They're basically just trying to corner him. Oh, no, there that is. Okay. Who are you? Jen. He's lost both of his arms. Adorable. Adorable. Do you think it would be safe to edit the character files for Sentient Sands in-game or not? Don't know how broken things would get. Like while you're actively in the game, maybe risky. I don't know. Jesus Christ! Something went flying. Inquisitor Nyx just took quite the beating. I just saw limbs go flying. Oh, they managed to actually drop him. They managed to actually drop Riku the God. My God, they did it. They did it, by God, they did it. He took down half of them, but they managed to actually take him down. That's so funny. It ain't gonna matter in a second, but... Alright, Riku, go get your sword back, man. You can't be doing that. Fake news. Fake news. True. True, it was fake news. It's because he's using such a heavy weapon. To be honest, if he was using the greatsword instead of the true Leviathan Slayer, he probably wouldn't have had that issue. Probably wouldn't have had that issue. And most of these guys are flat out dead. Oh, yeah. Very dead. Very dead. Very dead. Okay, so this guy is not going to spawn, though, because this build... There's a severed human right arm over there. Right leg, I mean. This guy's not going to spawn, though, so what do we do? If Kyugi the Ogre doesn't spawn, what do we do? Whatever do we do? Doobie-doobie-doo. That's the question. Is he healing? I think he's healing. That's annoying. Yeah, we got to figure out what we're going to do here then, because if this guy doesn't spawn, I don't know if we're going to be able to get it to move to the next phase. Save file edits world state. Edit world states. That may be the best way to go about it. Although I am admittedly unfamiliar with it, I'm gonna have to go into the FCS probably and fuck with it. Importing the character. I mean, possibly. Possibly. I may have to go into the FCS and actually like have him spawn, like change his spawn settings to make him actually, you know, spawn. Inquisitor. Inquisitor. Let's see. Oof, lost an arm. Oof, lost a chest. If he bleeds out, probably not. Yeah, he isn't gonna bleed out. How frustrating. All right. Well, we'll run through the bars again just to double check. But if he doesn't spawn, I'm not quite sure how to move forward from here. The thing is I don't know. Like, this isn't exactly a. It's kind of a weird situation. But like, if the Shek Kingdom is destroyed already, then like, are you just not able to progress, like, to destroy the Holy Nation? Because I feel like that doesn't make any sense. Reactive World should be able to. You know, should have some kind of thing to deal with that. And where's the world state checker at? Do you think Riku would scale? How do you think Riku would scale in actual Kenshi lore? Probably with like Tin Fist, Igor. I think in actual Kenshi lore he'd scale probably a little higher than Igor. Yeah, I think he'd be on par with like Igor, Catlon, any of them. All right, well, you're coming with me, you rat bastard. Ruin, Dust Hunter. So yeah, those are all taken care of. Polynesian Outlaws. Tiny Sentient. That one. All these should be empty now. The Tower of Ninjas should be dead as well. Oh no, I imported. We have to actually may have to go kill them again. How frustrating. I forgot I imported just now, so we may actually have to go back up and deal with the Black Dragon Ninja again. All right, we'll finish clearing out the town, head back up there, and then, actually, well, shit. At this point, until we figure out what's going on, it may behoove us to actually head up towards. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna accomplish one goal tonight. We can't. I got to figure out what's going on with the Holy Nation and the World State. But while we're doing that, because I'm probably gonna have to go in and manually edit the NPC to spawn somewhere else, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. But we are gonna go up and deal with the Fogman. We're gonna go deal with the Dead Hive. We're gonna go deal with that shit. We're gonna avenge Ghost. We're gonna go avenge our boy. We will have vengeance. V for vengeance. My God, they're like roaches. They're just coming out of everywhere. Coming out of the woodwork, man. The woodwork. I just realized Crab Armor and Samurai have very similar resistance values. However, Crab is the mad 50% dexterity reduction. Indeed. Indeed. Ever avenge the loss to the Great Gurgling? I mean, in fairness, we didn't really lose much. There was the mercenaries that died, but like they weren't part of our team. Like they were part of our squad, but they knew what they were signed up for. You know, that's not a vengeance situation, I think, for Toji. It's something that we will eventually deal with, yes, but I don't think he's got like a grudge. I don't think he's like running around being like, gotta go kill all the gurglers to avenge the people. God damn, look at all the corpses. There's a lot of them. A lot of them are flat out dead too. Oy vey. All right. I don't think he's got like a raging, hate boner for him. I think he's just, I think he just doesn't like them. I think he just doesn't like them very much. Toji, they knew what they were signing up for. Yeah, that's like his catchphrase, man. Obviously. Obviously. What is the wall unconscious? What are you doing, man? Oh, the wall is stuck. Shit. Everybody stop what you're doing. Beep, come get the wall. Come get him. Go get him. Go get him. Somebody come get him. He's stuck up on that wall, yeah. God damn, dude, 73. He's also massive. This bull is huge. Holy fuck, I didn't realize how big he'd gotten. I didn't realize how big the wall had gotten. Look at him, he's huge. Absolutely massive. He's bigger than, like, all of the Shek. I think he's bigger than Riku. My God. He's a beast. He's not even elder yet. Not even an elder yet. What the hell? Asaya? Well, I think we know what's going to happen here. I don't think the Cannibal Hunters knew what they signed up for. Probably not, but they did sign up for it, so, it is what it is. Yep, and he's downed. And he's downed. Yes, me. You have no arm. I like how Riku's big thing is removing limbs from these guys, because, like, that's, like, the worst thing he could do to them, right? Is, like, remove their limbs. One of the worst things he could do to them is remove their limbs. And so he does it. That's what he does. Jesus Christ, we ate all the food that we stole? Jesus. Constantly fighting for food. That's the big thing. The fight for food is real. Keeping these lads fed is actually kind of a nightmare. All right, we're going to pop up here and get some food going. Camping. But we're going to avenge Ghost tonight. You, pick you, pick you. It's literally all disappearing just as quick as we go. Just as quick as we go. Do you think the future of Kenshi, there would eventually be multiple breeds of bone dogs, maybe fluffier emperor dogs, while balder, more Shek-like mongrels for war and policing? But yeah, probably. There's already different breeds of bone dogs that you can find in game, if I recall correctly. Slightly varianted breeds and whatnot. Unless I'm thinking of a mod, which is possible. I might be. But I'm pretty sure there are slightly different ones, like the boneyard wolves and stuff. Bone pugs? Oh god, we can only hope not. We can only hope not. There isn't many types of bone dogs in normal Kenshi, only one that can be tamed. I mean, yeah, but I think that's more of a design choice than anything. It's like how there's not multiple breeds of Garu or beak things, even though there probably should be. There's not there's different types of Gorillo, so that kind of shows like the availability for alteration stuff. I think so. I think so. The other thing to consider too is that if my theory on the bone dogs of Kenshi follows the logic that I've proposed for it with the genetic manipulation and stuff, and how they're actually the byproduct of the genetic manipulation and the early experiments that were performed, like they were the proof of concept, almost isolation of the gene sequence that was used to create the Shek. They're not much older than the Shek in terms of their evolution. So like maybe they just haven't gotten that far yet, you know? Maybe they just haven't gotten that far yet. They've developed the bone plating, but they haven't started to break down into subbreeds. They haven't started to change in that way. In that way. All of these 4, 5. Okay, so these should last us like an hour. An hour in game. All right, we've got a little bit of food, at least enough to head up north. How long ago has the Second Empire fell? About 1,000-ish years ago, but it wasn't a quick fall. It was it's hard to give an exact time. It'd be like the Empire fell 1,000 years ago because, like, it was about 1,000 years ago, but also it fell over time. It wasn't a quick fall, so like, it could have started falling apart 1,500 years ago and then actually was like donezo by like 900 years ago. You know, it kind of depends. It's not. It wasn't like the first empire that just dropped in the matter of days, hours, weeks, something in those lines. The Second Empire was a slow, gradual decline. I think the Armor King made his shop 900 some odd years ago. Yeah, and some people have used that to be like, oh, Kenshi 2 is going to take place during like an active, booming Second Empire because the game takes place about 1,000 years ago. But truth be told, all that means is that the town of Ketch still was part of the Second Empire and was economically viable. But that doesn't mean that the empire itself was viable. It just means that town was viable. Because the way that the Second Empire fell, whole towns weren't just falling apart. People weren't just abandoning towns. There wasn't a great civil war or anything like that. It was described as a collective giving up. Cities seceded. They declared independence. They stopped listening to the overarching government. Independent city-states formed. You know, the Second Empire town of Catch just means that the town of Catch was a functioning, economically viable town at that time. It doesn't mean the empire as a whole was economically viable or was booming at the time, you know? Most historians agree that the Roman Empire took a couple hundred years to fall. Yeah, and the Second Empire was based on the Roman Empire in terms of its history, so it reasons to go that it was the same thing. It was the same thing. Again, the Second Empire's history, how it fell, all that stuff, it all lines up with the Roman Empire, so it makes sense. Would make sense. Would make sense. Alrighty, we're gonna head on up here. I do want to check out. Is this whole military base still? I don't think it's hostile anymore. I think these bases are collapsed, falling apart. Yeah. I know the Shek came near the end, and the Hybers were about at the end of the second. Yeah, I mean the Shek could have been made sometime during the middle-ish, to be honest with you. I've always thought that it started during the Shek were during the middle. That's always been my belief, is that the Shek were during the middle, and then the Hybers were at the tail end when a lot of the cities and stuff had already seceded, already declared independence, all that good stuff. Holy Nation, more slaves. My God. Bulls. We can kill bulls. We're going to need to kill bulls. We're going to need more meat soon. All right, Roman. My man, Rome. Get those animal horns. We can use those. What are you doing? Picking up food. Why are you picking up food? He's probably just eating it off the ground, actually. All right, Rome. Continue to harvest the meats. We're going to need that. We've already gone through so much. Ridiculous. Are the bone dogs and bone wolves the same species, or actual dogs and wolves that were separately altered by genes? I think that they were originally the same species, and then they were altered. Like, they went down a different evolutionary path. I think it's the same thing with, like, the Scorchlanders and the Greenlanders. They're the same race. They just went down a different evolutionary path based on environmental factors and that kind of stuff. The Second Empire is still around, just a small amount over the ash. It's true. It's true. It's true. They are technically still around. All right, we're gonna head up there. Listen, we're about to avenge Ghost. We're about to avenge Ghost. We're gonna have a conversation with Beep and Riku, and Watcher and Steve came afterwards, so this is not really relevant for them, but all right, Riku, Beep, we're about to avenge Ghost. We're about to avenge Sukan. I gotta call him by his name. About to avenge Sukan. The Dead Hive lays just north of here. It's where they killed him. Where we failed to save him last time. This time we make it right. And purge the Fogmen from the place. See what they have to say. Let's see what they have to say. Beep heard there were so many bodies at the hub that the skimmers got fat for a week. Jesus Christ. We'll carve out the nest and we'll carve out their nest out of root and skull. Sukan's death won't go unanswered. It's true. Beep wishes he had seen the pile of paladins. My God, man, Beep's a monster. Beep will crush them. Beep will crush them. The Fogmen took Beep's friend, but Beep is the strongest now. Beep will make them pay, says Riku. I think Riku's having a stroke. Anyway. All right. Well, we're about to go avenge our boy. The Dead Hive cheated death long enough. We go in fast, burn the nest so they don't leave until every last one of them is ash. Sukan deserves that much. Yes, they do. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. We're going to avenge our boy. Season 1 is about to be avenged. All right, I'm going to yell to Seto. The Warriors can hold the line against the Fogman waves outside the city. You, me, Riku, Beep, Watcher, and Steve will head side and finish this fight against the Fogmen. Let's move. God damn it, this ain't my lucky day. All right, we're gonna head up towards the into the hive. Head up into the hive. Beep is ready and will follow Toji into the fog and smosh every Fogman's skull. Beep. Indeed. Indeed, Beep. Indeed. Our boy should be able to hold the line. Do you plan to use a specific weapon once you have a blacksmith? Yes, I do. I do. I have a plan for that. All right, we gotta fight off some of these Fogmen out here. Nice. Nice. Cleave them in twain. Head on in there. Some of the Shek are moving in. They're moving in. Absolutely devastating. They're killing everything. They're killing everything. Look at this pile of Fogman corpses out here. It's beautiful. Downright magnificent. There's a Fog Prince in here named Domingo. Gonna kick his ass. Kicked him in the fucking head. That's what we did. Took his head right off is what I did. We fight for Sukan. We fight for Sukan. We will find their leaders. And we will kill every last one of them. They don't have balls. They do not have balls. Botan, yeah, these are some of the Royal Fog Guards. That's what these guys are. They have clothes, that's how you can tell. I don't know who's leading them, but gotta be around here somewhere. Hopefully he's not already dead. I don't see him dead, but you know, what are you gonna do? Put all of these guys down. Toji did an animation like he was kicking and took his leg off. It had to be done. Had to be done. Toji's doing Toji shit, man. This is what Toji does. I'm imagining that this is not the only base of operations for this hive. Is this an overrun Holy Nation base? This is a location that's added by... Oh, there he is. The Royal Fog Prince. So this is one of them, anyway. Royal Fog Prince head, 12,000. Hell yeah, we'll take that. I'll be taking your dome. All right, so he's dead. But he's not the head though. He's not the head. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. We're going to absolutely clean this place out. We're going to kill every one of them. Ensure that they are all dead. I want every one of them gone. Toji's actually using his knife. That's something. There is the Tower of Fog. That's... Yeah, where is that right now? Also, I think there's one... there's a place added in the in Obedience as well. All right, everybody reconvene. Everybody reconvene. All right, we've absolutely massacred this place. Yeah, we've killed everybody. There's actual number of residents is 0. We've killed all of them. We're gonna push into the fog. We're gonna push into the fog. We gotta see if we can find the source of the fogman. In Reactive World. Let me clarify. I don't know what Reactive World adds, so... Am I using UWE? No. No. Nope. I'm using Reactive World. But we managed to take them out, which avenged... that at the very least, we've avenged Ghost, right? Like, we took out that Royal Fog Prince and avenged Ghost. But I don't imagine that's the end of it. Fog-covered ruins? Have we been there? I don't think we have. I don't think we've been there. Fog-covered ruins. Interesting. Time is it? At 48? All right. Interesting. Okay, so this is the Fog King's throne. Yeah, this is where he is, you rat bastard. You rat bastard. Fog King up ahead. Riku, Beep, Seto, let's end this. Let's tell Cyrus to hold the line. Stay focused, Beep. Size means nothing when you know to cut. Riku, take point. I'll cover near the rear. Toji, give the word and we move. Hell yes! Look at Seto joining in on the planning. It's beautiful. Beep is trained hard for this moment. Fog King better brace itself because Beep is going to... Wait, is that really a big Fogman? That's a really big Fogman. Hell, that's so funny. That's so funny. Is that a fog? Is that a really big Fogman? God damn it, that's a really big Fogman. All right, we're gonna tell Cyrus to hold the line. You and the troops hold the line till we get back. Make sure to kill every one of the stragglers. Where is Cyrus at? Consider it done, Toji. We'll keep the stragglers perimeter clear. Don't keep us waiting too long. Oh, believe you me, we won't. All right. We're moving in. 3 of us are moving in. Riku's still fighting, holding an Inquisitor on his shoulders. Kill that fucking dude. The Fog King. There he is, holding... Say what? That is a Mato falling star. That is beautiful. My God, what an interesting piece of machinery. Toji fight him. Seto fight him. Riku fight him, and Beep fight him. Nice. Put his ass down. Fog King's head, 12,000. Mato Morning Star. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. We're gonna hang on to that bad boy. Toji runs around with a Morning Star. We're using one arm with a Morning Star. It's funny. Nice. We've done it. By God, we've done it. We've killed the Fog King. That was a fucking curb stomp. Did you guys see that? Curb stomped him. Absolutely stomped his ass. Literally. Nice. Literally stomped his ass. That's funny. A crack is a crack, little drone. What matters is the weight of the coin they bring. Yeah, I mean, I guess, Rome. What do you, I don't know what we were talking about, but it's fine. It's fine. We're currently just spread everywhere. What the fuck are you guys doing? Oh, they're literally hunting down all of them. They're finding everyone. If there's a Fogman in this place, they're hunting them down and they're gonna kill them. Nice. What a beast. This is why he's a 5 invincible. Look at those fucking stats. That's au natural, baby. Au natural. All right, we're gonna loop our way out of here. There we go. There we go. All right. Way out here. Explore this other hut. What's in here? Where they're sleeping. Where is the Fog Boy's throne? Oh, Fog Boy's throne is in here. Fog Boy's throne was in here. Right here. Boom. It was located in the fog right here. The northern part of the Foglands with Reactive World. So, no more... we killed that. I don't know what that means for the Fogman, but we did that. I don't know what that means for the Fogman, but we did it. We killed him. We just got a world event, actually. The Fog King's throne of skulls has been smashed. The towering monster that ruled the mist is dead. His head now a bounty prize. A ragged coalition of Shek exiles, Holy Nation outlaws, and a few mad fools carved through the horde, burying the Foglands in unconscious bodies and broken legends. In the Borderlands, even the oldest terror is just another corpse waiting for collection. Had to be done. Had to be done. The wall, what's up with him? Is he downed? No, he's just not moving. For whatever reason. Now he's an elder. Nice, we got an elder bull. Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool. I don't know what that means in terms of, like, the Fogmen, like, do they slow down? Do they... What happens with them? I don't really know what that means for them, but, I don't know what it means for them, but it's done. So are the Fog Islands free of tyranny? That's the question. I don't know. I don't know. We avenged Ghost. We did what we needed to do, which was we avenged Ghost. So we're gonna go to Mongrel. We're gonna sell off some of the shit that we have in our inventory because we actually have a lot of money's worth of inventory, and go from there. But I mean, we killed the Fogman. We killed the Fog King. So I don't know what that means for us. But we did a big thing just now. We did a big thing just now. Show me what you got. Fog Prince Head. All of that. Nice. Fog King's Head, another 12,000. Riku has all of this stuff, CPU units, all this good stuff that we found that we can sell. Like good stuff. And just like that, we're back up to 156,000. His throne was super close to Mongrel. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like in obedience or something, but no, not so much. Not so much. I am genuinely shocked by that. You're using Katoon grade. Let's upgrade you. Let's upgrade you. You're gonna get skeleton grade commas. Skeleton grade commas. Nice. And just like that, we're back up to 150,000 cats. We were running on empty for a little while. Running on empty for a while. What are we doing for food? It's probably not great. Yeah, not great at all. We're gonna send Rome up, and we're going to buy out a bunch of shit ton of food. Shit ton of food. Fog Islands aren't that deep. What your band can run 20. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Pretty much. Once your band can run super quick, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. Oh, and Gohan too. Hell yeah. We'll just load up on food. That's really what we're gonna do. Load up on food. All right. I'm going to announce what we have done. Attention, people of Mongrel. I spelled Mongrel wrong. People of Mongrel. The new Shek Kingdom here under the rule of Queen Seto the Iron Fist. Come to notify you that we have found and killed the Fog King that has plagued these lands. I do not know when the horde will cease, but the Fogmen lay now with no leader. See how they respond to that. Be known that it was we of the new kingdom who liberated these lands. I also like that I'm yelling to a guy named Anakin. I don't know why that makes me giggle, but it does make me giggle. The Fog King is dead. Beep helped. Well, Beep watched mostly, but he cheered real loud. He cheered real loud. The strongest warrior in the warrior's kingdom has done it. That's funny. That's funny. So the stories were true. You really brought that monster down. Mongrel owes you a debt, but don't expect us to bow. I'll believe it when the fog thins and I don't hear clicking at night, but if you're telling the truth, good. That thing took too many. Oh, we got even more. We got more dialogue. So much fighting from Bulma. My God, some of the names on this always make me giggle because they're so derivative. They're so derivative. You claim the Fogman's head, the Fog King's head. I've seen 100 boastful drifters come through these gates, but your Shek warriors carry themselves like they've seen real battle. Maybe there's truth to it. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Death has a ledger, and that monster's page has been turned. I've buried enough of his victims to know the difference between a corpse and a rumor. If you speak true, then the fog will remember this day. Oh, it will remember indeed. It will remember indeed. How about this? Use the skeletons from the skin bandits to mine ore for your business. Do not erase them from existence. Use them to make profit. Can you use this idea for your next stream content? I mean, we're gonna be doing a zombie apocalypse playthrough on the next run. So, I mean, we're probably gonna end up we're gonna need skeleton workers probably, or some kind of workforce. I mean, it just depends on what happens. Have you come across anyone discussing Toji's deeds in the wild at all? Oh yeah. Couple of times. Some of them early on were not the good deeds. They were the unfortunate deeds. Cities on lockdown because Toji picked a fight, stuff like that. But as recently, people know who One Arm is, especially in the southern portions of the map, like in the Shek kingdoms and stuff like that. They know who One Arm is. They know. All right, so I want to seek an audience with Ark. I want to talk to Ark. I want an audience with Ark. Where's he at? Here, Ark. Sergio. Yeah. Where's that man at? Up top. There he is. Ark! Oh my god, come on, we just went upstairs. I would like an audience with Ark. I want to talk to him. He's the guy. He's the guy. That's the guy. I want to talk to him. Where the hell did he go? God damn it, where did he go? Up top again. Where the fuck did he go? Do the fine folks in Darkfinger and Shun know about Toji? I mean, he did kill the Meat Lord, so maybe? Possibly? Possible. It's possible they know about Toji. It's possible. Possible they've heard him. He's become a legend in cannibal culture. As both the Great Feeder and the Great Destroyer. Ark. You are the leader of Mongrel, correct? Do the Raptors on Raptor Island know about Toji? Probably not. We haven't been there yet. They don't know. Word doesn't spread over the seas very easy. Even with the Fog King's head mounted on a pike, the Mist Numble hordes haven't gotten the memo. They kept clawing at Mongrel's gates through the night, tangling shinobi, drunks, and Holy Nation outcasts alike until the streets swam with unconscious bodies. Turns out killing the monsters doesn't silence the clicking, and it just means the survivors get to brag about it between swings. Fuck you. Fuck you. I am the warrior known as One Arm. Perhaps you have heard of me. He did answer. What did he say? He said, me, I ain't no leader of this place. Mongrel don't have one. We just survived together, that's all. He's right, no chain of command here. Just a bunch of folks who got tired of running through the fog. Interesting. He's not the leader, then who decides what happens when the gates get hit? Seems like someone's got to make the call. So apparently Ark does not know who he is. Heard of you? Names come and go through these gates like the fog itself. If you've got a reputation, you earn it here, not by bragging. Fair enough. Either way, I wanted to inform you. We killed the Fog King earlier today. This woman here is my leader and queen of our nation, the new Shek Kingdom. We are here to inquire about both a reward and a potential alliance. A potential alliance for our efforts. See if we can build some relationship here. Very cool that really reputation is regionally distinct. Yeah, especially since like the fog islands, not many people travel into the fog, so like word wouldn't spell. Killed the Fog King, that's a tall claim. The mists have been thinner today, I'll give you that much. But titles and alliances mean nothing in Mongrel. We pay in cats for services rendered, not services promised. Alright, well, service rendered. The fucker's dead. I stomped his head in myself. And carry the Morning Star mace he had as well. Sold his head off to a merchant in town. But the favor itself is worth something as well, yes? We did kill your main threat's leader. I suppose that warrants some compensation here. Take 1,000 cats for thinning out the mist, if nothing else. He just gave me 1,000 cats. What the fuck, man? That's all he gave me. That's all he gave me. Oh, man. That's funny. He just gave me 1,000 cats. I killed the leader of the Fogmen, and he was like, 1,000 cats, I guess. 1,000 cats, I guess. What a dick. Can't even buy a ration pack with that. I know. You can't even buy a fucking ration pack with that. What a dick. What a dick. Let's go to this holy military base. I want to see what's up with that. As we move through the mists. Through the mist. A cat for your thoughts. Buy yourself some, like, baked veggies. Yeah. Actually, while we're here... there is something I have to do. Riku's been carrying this guy around for a while now. Just drop him right there. We've had that Inquisitor from the hub on our shoulder for a little while now. We're gonna let him get one for get what he deserves. I expect them to be a little bit more, grateful for what we did. You know, we just took out their greatest threat. Although, I will say they do have their uses. You know, they do have their uses. This man's getting absolutely nommed upon. Absolutely nommed upon. My God. Stop, stop. Oh, God, please. Stop, stop. My bones. Stop, it hurts. It hurts my bones. Legs are gone, arms are gone. Oh yeah, dude, it's over. It's over. Well, that was fun. We took care of that. Took care of that problem. Yeah, hey Ark, yeah, I killed the Fog King for you. You know, the one that you spent years literally trying to and failing. The one that's killed more of your guards and the people that live in Mongrel than like anybody else. You know, he theoretically is the head of the snake. You know, if you will, in many ways. He's the head of the snake. So, I don't know. I feel like compensation is should have been in order, but I guess not. I guess not. I guess not. I guess I ask too much. I guess I ask too much. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? This was the site of Beep's Fog Haven, one of the bases that I did for a base build. Did that one right here. Right here. And right here was the site of Karak Vashu, the second base of the dwarves. The dwarves of Garzumi Keep, playing angler and whatnot. Ah, nostalgia. All right. Well, before the next episode, mind you, tomorrow's a variety stream. We're going to be doing something non-Kenshi because it's Thursday. But before the next, we may do Kenshi tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know what we're going to do yet tomorrow. Got some stuff going on tomorrow that may make me do Kenshi instead. I don't know. We'll see how things go. Anyway, before the next stream, regardless, I got to figure out what's going on with that NPC. I'm probably gonna have to go change his spawn location to be somewhere else. Is still Holy Nation? Maybe this guy's still around. Maybe there's an Inquisitor here. Appears to be Holy Nation. There's still Holy Nation here. Show them how we fight. Indeed we shall. Let the limbs fly. Oh yeah, this place is still up and running. Still operational. Truly shocked. Really shocked by that. Oh dang, oh dang. Little reinforcement squad over here. Little reinforcements over here. Is the World State NPC checker not spawning in too? Where is the World State NPC checker? I never use him, so I don't know where he actually spawns at. Because I can tell you, I'll be able to check and see if he's alive using the World State NPC checker. I don't know where he's at, though. I think I've used him one time ever. Massacre all these guys, all these bros. Kill all these bros. He should be in way stations at least. All right. Well, we'll have to pop into a way station and see what's what. See what's what. Fans and Tech Hunter bars. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to pop by to a way station. There's one, somewhere nearby. I'm sure we can pop into. We could head down to this one here, down by Squin, or we can go to this one here, since we should probably pop back this way anyway. So, no big deal. Absolutely massacre the Holy Nation. I like how we're just a roaming band of just absolutely murderous Shek. Just killing literally everybody we come across. Upside, too, we have food now, finally. My god. Oh, fucking time. Find a worker drone named Stacy. That's just wrong. It's true. It's true. You gotta pair Stacy up with Chad. Chad and Stacy. It's a Redditor stream. Or 4chan. I don't know where if the Chad and Stacy thing is still prevalent on Reddit. I know it was prevalent on 4chan for a long time. Good old Chad Stacy memes. We're the good guys. Trust. Oh, it's not about good and evil with the Shek Kingdom. It's about right. It's about right and wrong, righting wrongs, not right and wrong, righting wrongs. I already have Chad recruited, so that's what I'm saying. You gotta partner up Chad and Stacy. Listen, they're gonna be the dream team. You may not realize it, but you've created an absolute fucking dream team. Absolute dream team. You may not realize this, but you have created an absolute dream team. Okay, so you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna head up to these ruins here. This is where the final battle is supposed to take place, but I don't know. We're gonna head up that way though and see what happens. I know that's where it's supposed to take place, so this is going to be what we do for the evening. We're gonna check this last part. We're gonna head up into Rebirth, and we're gonna head towards these ruins. That's where the final battle against the Holy Nation is supposed to take place. So that's where we're gonna go, and we're gonna see what happens when we get there. And then if not, we'll have to deal with the ogre thing. But the fight there is supposed to be a really, really bad one. Hello, everyone. I just came to say hello. I wish you a happy day. I can't continue the broadcast. Please continue the great work. Thank you, Red. Much appreciated. I thank you for popping in. Thank you for popping in. Damascus saw Stacy wandering in the swamps. While they seemed lonely, their eyes kept drawing towards Chad. My notes. Indeed. Indeed. Chad's gonna get laid. What is this? Oh, rebirth slaves. Sometimes they just follow us. I don't really know why. I mean, I know why. It's because they view us as their savior, but still. All right, so we're gonna head up towards the old ruins there and see what happens. Because we may have very well killed the NPC that was supposed to spawn with the note, but who knows? Do you know how to fix sentient Saiyans when the narrative gets wonky? Define narrative gets wonky, because there's a couple ways to fix a couple different problems involving the narrative, but they have different solutions. So, like, define narrative gets wonky. If it's, like, really repetitive and characters are, like, stubborn as fuck for, like, no apparent reason, you either need to work with them longer to increase your relations with them, or use a more sophisticated LLM other than the free one. Sometimes that'll do it. Also, if characters are acting weirdly, you can regenerate their bio. That helps too. Wow, Flotsam Ninja's got some shit going on. I've been catching up since the first season. It seems a lot less poetic now. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. There are moments. Right now, we're trying to figure out what's going on with the Holy Nation. We have, we're rebuilding the kingdom. These things take time. These things do take time. I will say season 1 had just, like, absolutely stunning like narrative and dialogue. It came out of nowhere. It was awesome. It was awesome. But these things happen. It's not always easy to maintain. It's not always easy to maintain the narrative. Try my best, okay? What is the armor mod? The Flotsam Ninja on the Flotsam Shek. Oh, it's all part of the it's all part of the Vanilla Armor's expanded mod. All part of the Vanilla Armor's expanded mod. Now, season 1 of One Armed Toji was something, man. For sure. I wholeheartedly admit that, season 2 is a little bit less narratively driven. We're trying to do things, but also, like, we're doing a lot more micromanaging, so it's a little bit less narratively driven. But, yeah, season 1 had better stories. Season 2 has better fight scenes. Although, the finale of season 1, guys, was fucking nuts. I think that the next live stream series I do, the Outbreak series, is going to be absolutely incredible in terms of narrative, because it's going to be very much like, it's going to be a zombie apocalypse vibe and all that stuff. And I think I'm gonna use Sentient Sans in it again. So, like, the whole, vying for diplomacy and stuff like that in the face of a zombie, an outbreak, a scourge is going to be really interesting. I'm excited to see it happen. The zombies are going to be fun. I'm excited for the zombies. I'm excited for the zombies. Although season 2 had its first torture scene, guys. Its first torture scene. Then dried up from bitterness. The new Shek Kingdom has a future. You just can't see past your own shadow. Outstanding. Outstanding. That's right. Give each other hell. Give each other hell. They're blood spiders, right? Yeah, those are spiders. Goddamn spooters, man. Goddamn spooters. Whoa, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're attacking other. What are they attacking? Attacking other what? Very weird. Very weird. Oh, there were some skeletons here. I see. That's what it was. Well, this is where the Holy Nation ends up after you, This is where the Holy Nation ends up after you, are supposed to find that NPC that wipes them out and all that stuff. After you take out all the Inquisitors and all that jazz, this is where they're supposed to end up. Final battle happens here. Oh, look at this. You can literally see, like evidence of what I was talking about in several of my videos regarding the Armor King and the erosion and, like, things falling off into wind and then getting, washed up. You can see, like, the stuff collapsing off. You can see the town of Ketch collapsing off into the water. It's actively there. And then the Armor King is right there. The Armor King's right there. Yeah, you can literally see the town of Ketch collapsing into the water. Also, no one will join me because they think I'm weak, even though I took out the the Bugmaster and the leader of the Berserkers. Not sure how to get people to believe me. A good way to get them to believe you is to, like, sometimes you have to do the whole, like typing out the emoji in stars, being like hands the head of Ghost, right? To kind of show your worth, and explain that. Also, faction relations are taken into account, and things like that. Reputation goes through. Like, it's just, yeah, it's best to use the show proof of the thing. Sometimes you just got to show proof of it. Sometimes you just got to show the proof. Show them where how the sausage gets made. You know what I'm saying? Show them how the sausage gets made. Skelly boys up here. A lot of skelly boys up here. Hey, thank you for your continued sub, Anna. How you doing? Your timing could not be worse. I'm actually about to pack it up for the evening. I've recruited so many drifters, their entire faction is allied with me. I am allied with the Berserkers, the Shek Kingdom. I've become allied with the escaped Rebirth slaves, the Shinobi Thieves. Yeah, the escaped slaves from Rebirth, they all adore me. I know I freed them, but wasn't exactly on my list of factions that I was hoping to hang out with. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do some research on. I'm gonna have to get that guy to spawn in somewhere else. In the meantime, I think next episode we're gonna either, if I have a solution for it, we'll work on that. And if I don't, which I might not, then we will move on to another goal for right now until I can get it figured out. Which would be, I think I want to take out Metaltown. Fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. They're D-bags. I also want to return back to the base. It's been a while since we've been at Anvil Gate. Return back to the base and do some work there. Continue building up our army. Get like in terms of equipment and stuff like that. And then we have to go to war with the United Cities as well. Toji's going to get revenge. He's going to ask, I think he's going to ask Seto if she would be willing to lead the forces against the United Cities. Specifically, you know, Stoat. There's the noble in Stoat that took his arm off. And I'm going to have to edit the noble of Stoat, whoever he is. I'm going to have to go through and edit the noble in Stoat to have some unique dialogue, unique story related to Kenshi. I'm going to have to talk about all that stuff too. Yeah, and I'm going to deal with the World State Checker too, the World State Checker NPC, and figure out what's going on with that. So, but that is all the time I have. I am pooped, and I still have to go to the gym, so, you know. Tired. Anyway, so that's all the time I have tonight, guys. I have some cool stuff that's going on over the next couple of days. Do stay tuned for that. You guys are going to see some really, really cool stuff coming up very, very soon. A lot of big projects finally coming to fruition that I've been working on for a while. Things that I haven't been able to talk about that I'm finally going to be able to. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, so just stay tuned for that. We got some cool stuff coming over the next few days. New lore video coming out on Sunday for the Preacher Cult. We're going to be talking about the Preacher Cult. And then not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, I have another What If. We're finally going to be diving into the What If Catlon tried to retake the whole of Kenshi, which is in 3 weeks. 2 weeks? 2 weeks, which is in 2 weeks. But this Sunday is the Preacher Cult. So and gear up for that, guys. Gear up for that. All right, yeah, that's all the time I got. Have a good night, guys. As always, use your powers for good instead of evil. Make a difference in somebody's life. Big stuff coming up, guys. Big stuff.